And if y'all ain't seen the matchup of the day, y'all talk to me if y'all seen this matchup. Jalen Ramsey versus Garrett Wilson, man. They was locked on each other all day. Every time it was man-to-man coverage, Jalen Ramsey was on Garrett Wilson. Y'all tap in, man. Y'all let me know if y'all saw that matchup. Talented receiver over there. I think he's more talented than Devontae Adams just because he's younger and more explosive and things like that. Not, don't get too deep into that, you know what I mean? But Jalen Ramsey, man, how did Jalen Ramsey do against Garrett Wilson, man? They went head-to-head pretty much all night whenever it was man-to-man coverage. And Garrett Wilson ended up with 7 catches for 114 yards. And Ramsey didn't end up on the winning side of this matchup, in my opinion. If you give up 100 yards receiving, you didn't win the matchup. But I'm not going to say all those yards were on Jalen Ramsey. Of course, you know what I mean? But Ramsey didn't give up a touchdown. So that's a plus. So I think Ramsey was responsible for about 3 or 4 big plays to Garrett Wilson. They were some nasty plays. Garrett Wilson, he's a route runner. One of them was a slant on 3rd down, and Jalen Ramsey wasn't nowhere to be found. I think another one was a deep double move or something where Jalen Ramsey fell and he got behind Jalen Ramsey. But all in all, it was a good matchup, and they went head to head. And then one deep play, Ramsey was, man-to-man, press coverage, and, he threw it deep, and he broke it up and almost caught the ball, almost hit the ball to himself. It was a hell of a breakup and a hell of a play, almost, bring the interception back to himself. So shout out to Ramsey, man. It was a great play. My question to y'all, man, about Jalen Ramsey, because I've been watching Jalen Ramsey for a long time, and he's one of those athletes I think that should be producing at a high level. And being that it hasn't went that way so far in his 8th and 9th year, I think Jalen Ramsey would be more productive playing free safety instead of cornerback. I'm just telling you. Now hear me out. Jalen Ramsey would be more productive playing free safety than rather playing cornerback. He's physical, he's big, he's fast, and he's rangy. And when you play free safety, you don't have to wait the ball to come to your side. You have opportunity to make a play on the ball every play because you're a free safety. You can, your assignment is your assignment, but Ed Reed made plays all over the field. Just don't jeopardize your coverage. Somebody needs to convince, Ramsey or the coach to, make that move to safety. I know he don't like it. Typically, corners, we don't like to move to safety because I guess, it doesn't consist of covering, and that's our specialty. You got to be physical and get up there and hit. But Ramsey like to do that, you know what I mean? Imagine Jalen Ramsey in the backfield roaming around like a Ed Reed back there, using his cornerback instincts and being able to just break on the ball and play and fly around. I see that for Jalen Ramsey. And I obviously, eventually, it probably will happen being with his size and how big he is and physical he is. When you can't play corner no more, usually that's the next move. You go to free safety. And him playing safety, having to cover a nickel slot receiver or a tight end won't be nothing. The productivity you would get out of him playing free safety, man, I'm telling you, it would definitely be a difference. And that's why, I got to take a little shot at him, let you know, Ramsey, that's why we don't make excuses as cornerbacks, as professionals. Last season when they had Vic Fangio, they wanted to blame Vic Fangio for their poor productivity and their lack of playmaking, you know what I mean? And now Vic Fangio is at the Eagles, one of the best defense in the NFL. The cornerbacks and the safeties, rookie cornerbacks, everybody is playing awesome. So, one team wanted to make an excuse about Vic Fangio being the problem as the defensive coordinator, not using them correctly. Now you remove Vic Fangio from one team and you replace him to another team, and look what happens. Look what happens when everybody buys in, everybody does their job, and nobody complains. You put your head down and you go to work. But that's the reason you don't make excuses, because excuses could come back and bite you all the time. You know what I mean? Don't never blame your coach for your play. That's one thing you can control. If you know how to play, figure it out. Figure out where to put yourself in position so you can make plays. Don't always leave it always in somebody else's hands. You know what I mean? Because when I got to my team, I didn't have a cornerback coach. I had to go off the things I learned in college. And thank God I had good cornerback teaching and technique teaching in college. because once I got to the NFL, y'all heard the interview with Champ. Champ Bailey didn't even buy into the 3-step read when he first got to the NFL. He didn't even learn it in college. So who knows the technique? You understand what I'm saying? Who will you believe? Who will you trust? That's a hard thing to do when it's on the line. And you know, if you freak up, you mess up, you'll be right there on ESPN talking about dun-dun-dun, dun-dun-dun. You don't make that play and you get hit up for 70 yards. You're gonna be right there on ESPN. On my dun-dun-dun, dun-dun-dun. What up, chat? I see you, Prime Sports Media in the house. What it do, Robert? Yeah, man. Now let's talk about these Eagles versus Panthers, man, like y'all been waiting on, man.